You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 463, recorded July 2023, posted August 2024. Summon Greater Landscaper.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I'm Scott McNulty, a Dungeon Master, which means that we once again are joined by Eglass Angels, who I now shall introduce, the players, not the characters, then they can introduce themselves. Aline Sims, hello.
Hello, I play Shara, the Air Genasi rogue, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Erica Ensign.
Hello, I am also here. I am playing Zotasha, a tiefling mystic, and our pronouns are also she, her.
Dan Morin.
Hello, I am playing Omlöl, the Goliath Barbarian, and both of our but he, him, but Omlöl, you can tell the difference because Omlöl speaks like this.
Steve Lutz.
Yes, what do you want, Scott?
Say your name.
Okay.
Your character, and my name. Maybe, a fun fact.
Well, let's see. I'm playing Kachka, a bug bard of some renown who kicks butt and takes names and starts with nannies.
She has a hidden Githka. Don't ask her about it.
What,
Spoilers.
You're not supposed to talk about the hidden Githka. Anyway, and I have no fun facts.
I talked about it.
The person who was talking was Jason Snell.
Oh, hi. I talked about the hidden Githka. And I am playing Carlos, the dwarf. He's a mole, not a dwarf. It's a family name. Carlos is the first D&D character I've ever played, and here we are a billion years later.
The last.
And still, maybe the last, too. It's entirely possible.
He's still going when you're on your deathbed.
He's a gladiator.
For Jason's mortality.
He's a gladiator. They made this character because he was very simple. All he does is run and hit things. And you know what? 10 years later or whatever it is, 15, 20 years later, I don't know. Still running and hitting things. That's
20
Carlos.
years later.
As you shuffle off this mortal coil some years from now, your final breath will say, I wish I had run more and hit more things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is going to be Carlos's death scene should it ever happen. Anyway, so Carlos, yes, welcome to Carlos.
And welcome to Tony Sindelar. Hello, Tony.
Welcome to me. Hello, nerds. It's me, Tony Sindelar. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character, Regdar, the guy, a level 10 regular guy. It's and secret wizard.
What? Who said that?
No idea.
The universe. And so we have been playing for many moons now, the Princes of the Apocalypse, a printed
But this is a great
adventure.
episode to start with.
Yes.
Jump right in.
It's good. We are in our final cultists elemental node, the Black Geode, the cult of the Black Earths, kind of sanctum sanctorum, and our brave, intrepid adventurers have pierced the veil and entered into enemy territory where they have encountered many things. If you have listened to the previous episode, you know, so I'm not going to recap. But where we left off, it was a kind of an abrupt ending. Combat had ended, and now our characters find themselves in a corridor that goes both to the east, which is where you came in, or to the north towards a chamber where you fought Gorks and Keltar. Keltar being a Black Earth cultist, and Gorks being his large tripoded mouthy thing that wanted to eat treasure.
A
but
word
did not,
picture you
sadly.
have painted here, Scott.
Did not get to eat any treasure.
I know exactly what he's talking about, though. Make fun of it if you want.
Well, you were here.
What more do you need? Tripoded,
weird-
mouthy?
Weird tripod
and
monster.
This thing,
Large,
too.
leathery, cylindrical thing with a big mouth on top, 3 legs, 2 eyes, and a hunger for precious
treasure.
material.
Yeah.
It's dead. I don't know why we're
But it
spending
is
so
dead.
much time on it.
Did it die or did it burrow away? I don't remember.
It died.
It died.
It died.
You also killed a bunch of earth elementals, and that's where we are now.
In other
so
words,
you are
we're
here.
We're doing great, everybody.
We are doing
Yeah.
great. Good for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did anybody get terribly injured during that fight? I'm down a bit, but
Same.
I'm
I'm
down
only
a
down
bit.
5.
I'm down 10, which is lightly injured.
think I'm down 30, but
I'm 30
I'm
down
fine.
35.
I'm down
Oh,
11.
but who's counting?
Okay, so
Carlos and I took some damage.
We
but
are.
We are.
We should heal each other instead of just going to the next encounter. Level 10, that's some level 10 wisdom I'm dropping on you here.
Interesting.
impressive.
My character's wisdom I don't think has actually increased from level 10 level 1, but I've learned a thing or two.
Remind me,
Carlos
Scott,
nearly died enough.
when we had our maximum hit points raised for the rest of the day, was it 25 points that they went up?
Yes.
Okay.
Did that happen to
Sounded good to me.
everybody?
No.
I definitely don't have that in my
All of
notes.
us who did the
Nope.
thing in the
Oh,
thing.
probably not me.
Yes, you,
I
you
never.
kneeled
I'm not a joiner.
before the sarcophagus and
Yeah.
pledged.
That was
Oh
it.
yeah, I didn't.
No, we didn't do that.
I don't think I did that.
No.
Only
I think a lot of people
only
did.
the fool- Hey Scott, is the tripodal monster like a dead body on the ground?
It is not just like a dead body.
Oh, it is.
In fact,
It's a perfectly
dead body on the ground.
Carlos,
There are several dead bodies on the ground. There's the Keltar and the big monster. There are the glowing earth elementals aren't really bodies. They're just kind of piles of rock. And then there are two black earth cultists, guards, I should say, and a black earth priest body on the floor.
We have some clothes we could wear if we want to pretend to be cultists, but I think Carlos would like some healing if that is available, but also Carlos would like to carve open this monster that eats treasure and see if there is any treasure in the monster.
All right, Carlos, so you say, hey, everybody, I'm going to go up to the chamber to the north and carve myself open a monster. As you do that, now remember you're underground. You're basically in tunnels, right? And the walls are kind of latticed with this strange, softly glowing purple crystal. And as you are walking along, Carlos, you notice something a little odd. The wall seems to be kind of bulging out and kind of growing. And as you walk past, it kind of bursts. And out
Ew.
kind of oozes this black,
Ew.
hot mud. And it doesn't do anything to you. It just kind of is there, kind of oozing.
It's like you're in a spa. You're getting some mud.
Free
treatment.
mud
And
bath.
so you can feel free to ignore that if you like,
So
and
you
walk up to
grossed
the
us
corpse
out
of
for
the
no
monster.
particular reason. I appreciate that.
Can
I bet he has
can I
reason.
roll? Can I roll nature on this horrible mud?
Sure.
First die roll of the evening, and I rolled hot 9 coming out.
You know it's mud. You know it's
I
hot.
know it's hot. Guys, this is some hot mud.
Carlos just jumps over it. It's like, no,
We drink
Don't want it.
coffee.
gross.
It's not like scalding hot, so you can.
It's like warm mud, people. This is
Oh,
the
who wants a
freshest
mud
mud
bath?
you can get.
This remind Omlöl of home.
So what's the healing sitch? Do you guys need a ton of healing?
I'm about 30 HP down.
Sounds like we need about 60,
And I'm
60
30,
points of
30
healing.
I'm 35 down, yeah.
I'm 11.
Okay. And am I the only healer here? I guess I am, huh?
I
I
can
don't have
also
anything.
I can also heal.
Oh, you can do everything. I shouldn't
Steve,
even ask you. You can
Steve,
do
how long have
everything.
we been playing D&D?
It's about a million billion years.
Am
In
I a
game
bard?
time,
Is
like-
that what I am?
3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't know.
Because I can kick an
hard to
aura
tell.
of vitality if it's a thing that we need to heal a lot of people for a fair amount of hit points.
I'm unclear if it's we need to heal a lot of people or the
I mean, I'm-
Omlöl and
Well, I mean, I'm down
And
30,
Carlos
but
need a
that
lot.
means 96 out of 125. So it's not like I'm falling over. Or
Well,
anything.
do we
Yeah, but
foresee
your-
a
but
short
your
rest
job
in
is
our
to-
future?
That's true. I would take some more.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
It takes more
57.
HP.
It's just, I took a lot
I
of
don't trust
damage.
this hot mud to try to just sit for an hour.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I'm at 46.
Tony didn't
but
see
it's
any.
out of
I'm sorry,
57.
There's this
Regdar
big-
didn't see any problems with it.
there's this
He
big
just said it was
chamber
hot and
up
it was
here.
mud.
There is.
You want
I
to
mean,
take
the
a
big chamber.
little rest and
we know at some point we're gonna have to fight probably like the Avatar of Black Earth or something.
Yeah.
So
Well, I will
Are we on-
happily
are we
heal.
on
I
the
just want to
clock
know to what
currently,
extent
or-
I need to do it.
are we on the clock currently, or could we take a short rest? Because that is
We could try.
always, Dan, you should always be watching the clock.
We don't know what'll happen if we try to stay still for an hour.
Omlöl just vibrates for an hour. You can't
Now,
stay still for an hour.
I will point out something that your party would know, that you are just beyond the entrance to the Black Geode, which was guarded, and your presence did attract much attention from the people that
That's
were
a
there.
fair point. We did
Yep.
make some
yeah,
noise.
I don't think we're
That is
going to be able to
and
do
we also
an
heard
hour.
some creepy noises that I'm not sure we've
can't-
entirely resolved yet.
Can't convince them that we are the new guards.
Then again,
Also replace the old
Liamon's
guards.
tiny hut. We could sleep regardless. We'll just have
There's always
people
a hut.
outside the mystery hut wondering who's in there.
As long as it doesn't bubble up into the hut.
Does the unicorn fit inside the hut?
Probably not. No, I think he has to be outside. But that'll
We
be
have
all
seen
right.
them
House
travel
rocking.
through the earth, so I don't necessarily think the hut is an inviolable space
Is
at
the
this
hut,
point,
like,
unless it has a
extra
floor that it's
dimensional, or-
specifically mentioned.
Yeah, that's a good
I think it's just
good
invisible.
Good question. But then again, I mean, do we really want to sit around and do the hut thing again, or we go to
Not
sleep and
now,
everybody
certainly. I
comes
don't think
poking
we're
around?
that low.
So,
All right. So I'm
Maybe-
going to try to heal myself, and depending on how that goes, I can heal somebody else for some as well.
I was just going to kick an aura of vitality. I can do everything.
Or that might actually be the best.
Which is going to take some dice rolls that are going to be boring and long, but it is
That's
what it
what
is.
people tune in for.
It is.
I mean,
So while
I
you're
do.
doing those dice rolls, Carlos, tell me, you are standing in front of a very large corpse of a monster and
Yeah.
a smaller corpse of a man.
I, of course, follow Carlos.
Oh, of course. Of course. My
I'm
And you're being
following
supervised
Omlöl.
by Shara.
my keepers, and I might wave to Omlöl and see if he follows me too.
Actually, a thought that I had while sitting here is a feature that I have not tried before, but as long as we're sitting around, as a ritual, I can cast Commune with Nature. We've got.
You can commune
Wait,
with the
Omlöl
I
Zotas.
can commune with nature.
What is happening?
Like mud? Is mud nature?
All nature. All nature.
Oh, all nature. Wow,
I
that's
briefly
different.
become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, such as in dungeons and towns, but this seems much more like a
And
cave,
dragons.
Scott.
Wait a minute, Omlöl, you have skills? Why are we not
do have
finding this out
skills.
until just now?
Just remember.
Well, okay, that checks out.
Forgot about nature.
I forgot about, well, we spend a lot of time in non-nature. So this
In
would
my
take,
nature. Oh.
Yeah. It's a ritual, which I believe means it takes 10 minutes longer to cast than usual. Its casting time is normally 11 minutes, which is a weird casting time. So I guess it takes 20 minutes if we've got that while people are casting something.
Casting
I don't
time's a
know.
minute, so it takes 11 minutes for you.
Oh, I see. Oh, that makes more sense.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was 11. It already pre-factored that. I
Got it.
thought that was a super weird casting time. This is the one spell in the book that takes 11 minutes to cast. We don't know why. It just takes that extra minute. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to
Instantly.
the area.
In 11 minutes.
Instantly in 11 minutes.
Well, yeah.
Terrain
happens
and bodies of
after.
water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples,
Ooh,
powerful
minerals.
celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, and my personal favorite, buildings.
Oh,
the
the biggest
nature's
fiend
buildings.
of all. Nature's
Yeah,
greatest
truly-
enemy, the building.
The work of celestials themselves, the built structure.
I mean,
Gasp.
underground, it feels
So,
like
Dan-
that is not so good a skill.
Would a gazebo be considered a building? Would an oil derrick be considered a building?
Oh, no, we're not
This has
starting
become
this
robots
again.
and not.
Different
Veto.
podcast. Don't cost the streams, Jason.
I think it would be nice to know
Stream's not a
within
building.
300 feet whether there are any prevalent animals or peoples, as well as any powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals.
It would be
3
very
facts of your
helpful.
choice. So, about any of the following subjects. So elementals seems like a good one, right? Because we fought
Right.
a lot of elementals.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe prevalent peoples. Influence from other planes of existence seems like
Hello,
fun too, because we know there's like the places where the temples are seem to potentially have some sort of planar rift or something.
Oh, that's true. It could give us an idea of the direction.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say.
Potentially.
Scott, I'd like to know if there's any influence from other planes of existence, if there are any powerful elementals, and whether there are prevalent peoples within 300 feet.
Okay, so I will assume things continue to happen as Omlöl
Communes
does
with
something
nature.
He picks up the mud. He's
Yeah,
like
some of
spreading the
that-
mud on his
Never
face.
done
God.
before, yes.
Of course.
Is
Some
he
of that
eating
stuff
some of the
involves
mud?
Well, I mean, by
communication
nature,
between us, though.
just do it, you know.
So,
It's
like,
some
we
of it
need to
gets
know
in your
how
mouth.
many hit points we get back before Omlöl, sparks off a war with the elementals accidentally.
Yeah, so let's go around robin here. Who all needs the healing?
Me.
I do.
Erica, Jason, Dan, nobody else?
I mean, I am down 10. So
I'm down 5.
Okay.
I mean, heal Regdar first.
You may get some if
but-
there's some left over. So we're going to go Erica, Jason, Dan. I get 10 rolls. So Erica, you get 7.
Perfect.
Jason, you get 5.
Okay.
Dan, you get 10. Erica.
I don't need any more. That's enough. That's enough.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, 6 more.
Okay.
Dan, 8 more. We're up to 5.
How many
Jason,
more do you get?
I
10
would like more.
10 more. Wow. Okay.
No, 10 total or 10 more?
that was 10 more for Jason. Dan, you just
Oh,
got,
10
I
more.
think, 8, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Sorry.
All right, we're up to 5. Dan, or maybe that was 6. I think that was 6. Dan, 8 more.
You should stop with me now because I am like 3 shy.
Yeah, I'm 4 away. So.
Jason, 4 more.
I take more.
Have 8 more.
Okay. I'm good. Somebody else can have it.
And Aline's down 5 and Tony's down 10, so let's give it to Tony.
Yeah, go Regdar.
Sorry, Tony, you get 2.
that seems about right.
Okay, I think that's 10. It's close enough in any case, so
Yeah.
hope everybody's feeling better.
Yes,
Much
thank
better.
you.
Thanks,
And
guys.
that took 1 minute in case that makes any difference, Scott.
1 minute of my mud rubbing time.
Let's not call
Okay.
it that.
Yeah, please, please, God, no.
Okay. So is there a way for me to try to see if I can kind of carve open this monster?
Yes. Everybody's so eager. Tell me
I mean,
what
it
you're
eats
doing.
gems, right? So it's probably full of gems, unless it
Unless it gets
digested them.
digested them, yeah.
I don't know.
Well-
That's Carlos. You have crystallized
taking a
Carlos's thought process here.
You know what else is crystallized, Carlos?
Gems?
Gems.
Yeah, something about
Yeah.
gems. I don't know. It didn't quite work, but
Yeah.
So-
Dan does not have the requisite geology knowledge to make that joke.
A geode?
So
Is
Carlos-
it a
Another
geode?
nature check.
Yeah.
Carlos is
Those make great
standing before
doorstops.
this very large corpse of it's a mound of flesh that's taller than Carlos is, standing before him. What does he do?
Been here before.
I
You
don't
want,
know.
like,
I'm
Butchering
for it.
instructions?
looking for like a seam.
Don't look for the seam.
Like a
Start
zany
anywhere but the
play.
seam.
Yeah.
I will reveal now that
I'm
this is
worried that
not
that
a
means we'll
costume
find out-
that
yeah,
you
it's a
can
guy.
unzip.
Yeah,
It's a guy in a costume.
It was,
Oh,
Well,
no.
maybe it was like it had like 3 legs. Maybe it was like 2 guys. Who had like
There are other things
were-
that form seams in the natural world, and I don't think you want
they
to
were
root
a
around.
pirate
in.
an extra.
and his friend.
I like that this is like, Jason Carlos has cut open so many things before, but they've just never been this slow, and so he is befuddled.
No,
It's
he's
like a
he's
dog-
not.
It's like a dog that caught a car.
Could I roll something to see if I can make some judgments about what the best
Animal handling.
approach for for dissecting this animal to get to its gullet?
Knowledge, nature. You could do an intelligence check.
These are-
Medicine.
Medicine. If you can give me a reason.
I like animal handling. I mean, it's literally he's handling this animal.
It's dead. That is totally
dead. It's
relevant.
no longer
that was
an
animal handling is about
rolled
befriending
a
animals.
20
On which?
a crit. Let's say nature or
Oh,
medicine.
we're gonna find. We're gonna find out.
They're
how
all
many,
the
like,
same.
Stomachs this thing
all
had.
of these things are +0, but I rolled a 20.
Oh, well,
Nice.
Excellent. Well,
all
you
of
know.
your stats are +0. That's not a good character.
All of my intelligent stats are +0.
That checks out.
Carlos has 2 thoughts.
Run, hit things.
He thinks that the fastest
same
way
time?
to get to the stomach of this thing is to crawl into its mouth and go down its gullet. But he also thinks that's probably not the optimal way to do it because there's probably some acid in there that is still stewing around. So he thinks if he just slices open its side and roots around for a while, he will find a stomach sac.
I do that.
Just a single
All right.
stomach sack.
Just one large stomach
Yep.
sac. So as you're kind of cutting through a lot of muscle and viscera. I don't know why I'm being so detailed about this, but hey,
Sinew.
Go on.
deeply unpleasant.
Yeah. Various bones.
You
Ooh,
didn't
various
start it,
bones.
Scott.
you find some undigested offerings. 9
Tell him
gold
what
pieces.
he's won, Scott.
You find 9 gold pieces, 3 egg-sized chunks of rough moonstone,
Ooh, chunks.
worth 25 gold pieces each, 3 carnelians worth 50 gold pieces each. Those are gems. And a cracked amethyst worth 100 gold pieces. You also find evidence that you think there was more treasure, like there are trace amounts of things that you think were treasure that has been dissolved in the very caustic acid of this stomach.
All right.
Remnants.
Can somebody note the treasure that we just found?
Yeah, let's do that because you've been so good about that so far.
Well, I don't know. Carlos found a lot of stuff. Yay!
More gold we'll never use.
Who is noting that?
Yeah, who
I don't know.
keeps track
Can you
of
read
our-
that all again, Scott?
Indeed, I can.
Okay, so somebody
I was
take
just
note of that. All right, I've done my job.
looking at a picture of a carnelian. 9 gold pieces, 3 egg-sized chunks of rough moonstone worth 25 gold pieces each, 3 carnelians worth 50 gold each, and a cracked amethyst worth 100 gold pieces.
Do we keep track of valuables?
280.
Oh, okay.
It's 334
Probably
gold
not.
pieces worth of stuff Carlos found.
That's pretty good.
He's going to
At
go
the
buy
10th
himself
10th level. You guys are firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, he's going to find
We-
some stuff.
When was the last time we saw a store?
Probably
true,
there's
long
one
time
just past the
ago.
lines back there.
I can tell you if there's any buildings with 300 feet.
This is a
They
cult.
mostly sell like extra hoods,
We
though, and
may
t-shirts.
be able to bribe cultists into starting a splinter cult. So you never know. Hand out
Oh.
stuff.
Like a cult about Master Splendor, or
Sign me up.
That's what I thought too.
There's only 4 spots though. That's
I will,
And
I
you've
will
got to wear the
ask-
domino masks.
I will ask
Yeah.
a leading question. There is another body next to this large monster of the Keltar.
Oh, should we check his gullet?
Yeah, I mean Carlos.
how many people do we think are swallowing gems?
I think Carlos should search
just his
search
pockets.
the bodies, absolutely, and also consider whether the vestments of these cultists might be reusable, or are they too stained with blood, or too many holes from sword holes.
Sword holes.
Sword holes. Well, I don't know if Regdar has mending. If he does, that would solve that problem.
No. I don't have.
never mind.
I only set things on fire. I don't fix things.
Well, that will
It's
not
fair.
solve anything at the moment.
You want it fire bolted? You want a ray of frost?
No, let's
Fuck
search.
Regdar.
Let's search this guy.
All right, so Keltar's body, he has 2 more carnelians, each worth 50 gold pieces,
So many
and
Italians.
a folded up piece of paper.
I hand it to
Literacy.
somebody who can read.
The most valuable treasure of
Regdar.
all.
Regdar
Reading
can
material.
Finally,
Hooray,
the written word.
Wait.
It's been so long.
First, Carlos opens it up because Regdar has been teaching him how to read, and Carlos goes, "Regdar, this thing has some of your letters on it," and then hands him the piece of paper.
Carlos, they're not my letters. They're all of our letters. But don't tell the Sorcerer Kings that, or you will be murdered.
It is Regdar.
I use my eyes to read it.
He unfolds it and
It's a bold move.
finds that you have discovered, in fact, a scroll. A scroll
scroll.
of Investiture of Stone, which is a 6th level transmutation spell that allows you to bits of rock spread across your body, and you get some benefits: resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. You can create a small earthquake near you, and you can move through difficult terrain.
Yeah, a scroll is like a scroll, but it
cool.
lets you look like any rock.
Is this a thing I can cast on others or just myself? The
It
transmutation thing.
is self.
Self. So I can't, for example, because I'm like, it seems like it would be great if one of our super strong people was even stronger. Okay.
But it's good for you. I mean, you can
I
give yourself
forget-
some armor, which is pretty
Yeah.
handy for you.
Yes.
That's true, and you can also move through solid earth or stone as if it were
Oh.
air.
That's cool.
So I
So does
guess,
that mean since this whole place is made of stone that he's just going to fall through to the core?
Well, there's no. I'm not going to clip through the map. I can choose.
The only way out is in, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Hack the
he is-
planet.
I want to
he
go
has some
beyond the map
influence over-
personally.
Unless, I mean, would this be useful to somebody else? Perhaps one of the other, like, I don't know, Erica, psionic people. Do you like scrolls? How do you feel about scrolls?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I can cast some spells, but that's because I'm a tiefling.
Don't you have to
Okay.
have the
Nothing to
ability
do
to
with-
cast that type of spell?
Yes.
Do I have the
you-
ability to cast this kind of spell? I don't know that I
You
do.
do.
I do,
This
says
is,
Scott, the Dungeon Master.
Druids, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards can cast this spell.
I'm secretly a wizard.
What?
Wait
Also,
a minute.
normal, regular guys can cast this spell.
Well, that's great. That's a lot of our party. Scott,
My
did
class doesn't
um,
exist, so I have no idea.
Has my ritual
It's
yield
not-
any
It's magic, not
responses?
psionics. So
Okay.
Yes, so all this was going on. Omlöl has been communing with nature and being very unusually silent.
Zen. Omlöl.
I've been
Weird.
watching
About
very closely because this
what-
is weird.
It's just very weird.
I can cast 3 different rituals. I've never used any of them.
And it works. So tell me, you can gain knowledge of 3 facts of your choice from this list that you enumerated previously. So tell me which kind of fact you would like, and I will tell you.
Prevalent peoples within 300 feet.
Prevalent peoples. Potent.
Potipotents.
All right, well, then I have to look at the map. Hold on a second.
Many of these are going to require you to look at the map.
Yeah, just make sure to look at where Dan is and only go out 300 feet. We only get prevalent people within 300 feet. They're 310 feet, not prevalent.
I'll take prevalent peoples for 600.
Look at Scott arrowing stuff. Guys, there's someone important that way.
Well, I'm trying to think about
That's
what
me.
you
I'm doing
know
that.
about these prevalent people. I don't really
That
understand.
they're prevalent.
There are
Fun
people
facts.
here.
We would know the Wikipedia summary of them.
I mean,
I'm
according
just
to the
talking.
end of
None
that,
of
it
this
says,
is canonical.
for example, you could determine the location of powerful undead in the area, the location of major sources of safe drinking water, and the location of any nearby towns. So I assume I would know the location of any prevalent peoples. So, like, where if there are
Cult
people
leaders.
gathered or there are large concentrations of people, I would know roughly where they are.
Certainly feel as though to the north of you, we'll say, let me get this ruler thingy. There you are.
There's me.
So about 190 feet to the northwest of you, there is a concentration of guards, you think. And then directly north, there's another concentration of maybe 6 or 7 people. And that is probably the most prevalent people.
Okay. In that case, next question would be location of powerful elementals, if there are any present within 300 feet.
All right.
There happens to be one, but it's at 305 feet from you.
What a jerk.
I will
I'm walking
circle.
around as I do this. I'm trying. And
So to the northeast, and I just circled it on the map for people who can see the map. You
I don't think we can
feel,
see it because it's blacked out.
Oh no! Well, then I can't tell you where it
Ping it? Does pinging work in the blackness?
Let's see if I can ping it.
yeah, you
Yep.
should be able,
I'll
you should
ping
be
it
able to
here.
ping it.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
I see the
Okay.
pings.
There you
Oh,
go.
One
So
ping,
up there, you
one
can,
ping only.
You can sense
here.
a bunch of elemental beings up there. Let's see if there are any others within 300 feet.
And then the last one would be any influence from other planes of existence within 300 feet.
So as soon as you try to determine influence of other planes of existence, your mind fills with an image, a very vivid image of, you take a moment to try to figure it out. It's like a mountain has come alive and is staring at you with death in its eyes. And the ritual
hello,
ends.
mountain. Me, Omlöl.
So you don't commune with the mountain, but
Okay.
you knowing what you know, think that perhaps that is the prince of elemental evil that the Earth Cult has been trying to summon.
And
Ogmok.
where do I know roughly where that is happening?
You are your senses are completely overwhelmed by the connection that that this place has with the elemental plane of Earth.
Okay. All right. Me just had major headache. But many guards, some elementals, also really big evil guy. Northwards.
How do you know he's an evil guy?
His name, Prince of Elemental Evil. Kachka.
Good point.
Even me think this obvious.
Guess I should have read the module.
Says right on cover, Elemental Evil.
Right.
All right, so
which way do you want to go? It
which
looks like
way? Yeah,
every
which
way leads
northward
to
path?
badness.
Sorry, did you get a ping on the direction of that giant
not
beastie?
of the plane.
Okay.
No, it was too much.
It's
for me.
still in the remote plane then. It's just
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean-
barriers are weakened between them.
Yeah,
currently.
and
But
I mean,
you felt elementals in
To the upper
some
to the northeast, elementals northeast, and then people both to the northwest and north. I mean, most of the map is north from here, so I'm not sure how
Yeah.
useful that was, but it was worth a shot.
So the
I mean,
question
either
is, do
one
we
of
go to the
these-
elementals or do we go to the guards?
I feel like elementals. I mean, the previous times that we have fought to close the rifts, there have usually been some elementals around. I think, like in that last
Yes.
fight.
Yeah.
So
There have always been elementals around.
yeah, so I feel like maybe heading in that direction might get us to the potential open. But either one of these tunnels could eventually lead up there.
Yeah, and probably do.
So, Omlöl, give me a dexterity saving throw. As when your ritual ends, everyone feels the ground starts to shake as if there's an earthquake, because there is an earthquake, and the ceiling above Omlöl collapses.
This would
Can
be
he
an
see
effect
it?
I can see, because then I get advantage on it.
Sure.
I'm taking it because I have a +2 on dex saves.
You
I'm
so
gonna need
rarely
it.
get to use it.
I know. Can never
I
see
assume
anything.
that you have awakened the mountain.
I rolled a 5 and an 8, so that's a 10 for my.
Oh boy.
All right, so you fail. You take... Oops. There we go. 19 points of damage, and
I think I'm going to use
you
my.
are buried under a mound of stone.
Okay, I'm going to use Stone's
You're also
Endurance.
prone.
I'm going to ironically use Stone's Endurance to reduce the damage of the stone that hit me.
Well, that's classic rock, paper, scissors logic there.
So everyone who was near Omlöl, which I don't know.
Mainly just
who-
That would be
rock
me because I was
logic.
watching closely. Not like
Me.
next to
Rock
him. But
logic.
How much damage was that again, Scott?
it's 19.
Okay,
So no
I
one
just
else
rolled a
is injured,
16,
but
so I
now
took 3
you-
points of damage.
You, where Omlöl was is completely covered in stone, as the ceiling has collapsed upon him.
Oh,
We were in a cave. A lot of rocks fell from the ceiling.
Kochka,
They landed on
I-
Omlöl, but he's okay. It was a
Kochka-
rock logic.
Kochka, can you does your telepathy allow people to talk back? I can't remember.
Yes, I believe I can converse.
Oh, I'll talk back.
Okay, so please, because I need line of sight. I know you don't. So can you please check and make sure Alma is alive under there?
Hey, Omlöl,
I-
you okay under that pile of rocks?
Yeah, we wouldn't want to unearth
Me-
somebody who's
I can
already
do that
been dead
too
and
because
buried.
I have
Yeah.
message. I can do that too.
Me could become fear.
I just want to point out, Scott, classically, when you make rocks fall, you want to get everybody. So that's
Everybody
So
dies.
Omlöl
Like
would
to see
also
professional courtesy. That's good.
tell you that he is trapped under the rocks. He cannot move. He is prone and restrained in game terms.
Yes.
And also he cannot breathe.
I will let them know that he said something
bad.
cryptic and nonsensical in my mind, and so I know he's alive, and it's Omlöl.
All right. I mean,
And
I'm
also,
going
we
to
better
immediately
start
try
digging.
to. Yeah, like everybody.
Is there like one boulder, like one big boulder that I can see? Because I can levitate an object, but it doesn't make sense for me to levitate a pebble.
Yeah, what is the size and shape of these rocks? Is this something we can move out of the way quickly? Is it like a couple of biggins? What's the deal?
There are a wide variety of sizes and shapes to rocks. There are bits of crystal. It's all kinds of things. There are larger
tell us
chunks.
more. Tell us more about the rocks that are murdering Dan.
You think that
Sedimentary rocks.
as you
Yeah,
are
are these
looking at
Ignatius rocks? Are these?
they're Ignatian rocks. They're all
Ignatius
Jesuits.
of Loyola.
Saint Ignatius rocks.
Yes. Looking at this pile of rocks, you think levitating one rock would not really be too helpful, even if it was a
Figured.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm just going
okay.
to get in there and start pulling the rocks off as
Yeah,
fast as
I will let
can.
Omlöl
Yeah.
know. Don't panic and hold your breath, and we'll be there as soon as we can.
Can I make like some sort of intelligence check to figure out what's the best place on this mound to start digging in to get to Amwell as soon as possible, especially since I was paying close attention to where he was.
Yes.
All right. So just a straight up intelligence check gets me
Do you think this is a situation where summoning greater demon would help?
5.
No,
Okay.
I think there are
five?
no situations.
I think I'm
where that
I think I'm
helps.
panicking. I
How
think
about,
that's what's
how
happening.
about summon greater landscaper? Do we have that?
Well, we
right.
don't.
I'm
I mean,
just
we could
gonna-
ask the demon.
I'm
what
just
is-
pulling them
It's
off.
fine.
I'm
Just
just
digging.
pulling
Me
them
just-
off. I'm using my strength and I'm pulling them off
Me
as
just
fast as
in
I
here
can.
communing
Fine.
with nature.
Give me a strength check, Carlos.
Nature take many forms.
I'm going to use my my
And you have advantage
telekinesis.
because your people are helping.
I would like
Yep.
to use Mage Hand, which can move.
24.
I can only move 10-pound rocks, but I'm moving every
Okay, so
10-pound rock away.
Same.
The team bonds together and
Yes.
quickly
Go.
unearths Omlöl.
What?
And
Unearths.
I think it might be unatheses because we're on.
On rocks.
oh dear.
no.
And everyone asks Carlos, is that part of the ritual?
Or Omlöl.
Carlos, you eat any of
Or
those
Omlöl.
rocks? Oh, sorry, Omlöl, you eat any of those rocks? They get in your mouth? Spit them out. Spit them out, buddy.
No.
I thwack him on the back a little bit.
Maybe
Spit up,
maybe
spit up.
communing with nature
What
is not
happened?
for you, pal.
Yeah.
Nature
Yeah, I
appears
think
to
that
have
might be-
rejected it.
Well, that was
Yeah,
me
Reach out to
communing with
touch
him.
nature, and nature touch back.
Maybe safer for people with souls. I don't know.
It's true.
But Omlöl seems none the worse for wear.
Well,
So now
I
you're
think some
Me only
damage,
took
right?
with something.
Do we
Took
see,
like
Let's
3
say
points of damage.
3 points of damage.
can we see anything about the area the rocks fell from? Like, did he trip a trap, or is there, something obvious that indicates why rocks just fell from the ceiling, other than the fact that we're in a rock-based elemental temple with evil in it?
Will give me an intelligence check.
Oh, well, that's going to be a problem, see. All
Tasha could probably just fly up there and see what's going on.
right. That's a 21.
Yeah, but I'd have to spend some points.
Yeah.
All right, well, Ketchka, you think, given what Omlöl has told you on his ritual, and the fact that previously you saw some earth elementals, you fought them, you saw the wall bulge and bubble forth some black, hot, warmish mud, and then this kind of rock fall that you think the meshing of the planes is causing these kind of ripple effects throughout the area, and so various weird things are happening here.
Okay.
I think we should get moving.
Guys,
So it's not necessarily a
I've
trap,
discovered
but it's
weird
a side effect of the
things.
ritual.
With a
I'm
roll
trying
of
to answer
21.
your question.
Let's get out of there.
It is not.
I mean, it suggests
No,
that there
it's
might
fine,
be a
it's
bit
fine.
of a ticking clock in terms of, every minute we stay here is another minute in which we get buried alive.
Yeah, more weird
All right,
things. let's move on.
Let's go to the East Passage. Let's roll.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Come on, team.
Woohoo!
Sure. Sounds good.
Let's go, Randy.
All right.
All right, you're going to go down the East Passage. So this
Yes.
has been previously investigated by somebody.
I think Regdar possibly.
It
Regdar did, yeah.
goes a little bit. It goes down. So let's see if I
Yep.
can figure out.
Kind of a cank leg situation.
Here we are.
Do those go down frequently?
It took me way too long
There
to
we
get
are.
that.
And the corridor continues to snake downwards.
Kanks
and
downward,
then-
yep.
It turns to the north.
Kanks to the north.
Okay, it's kind of where we wanted to go, so that's good news. Is anybody checking out for...
I poke my head around the corner, see what's going on up there.
All right, so you find yourself looking at a cave. That's not how we say cave.
Calf.
This
A calf.
cave.
Oh, it's like a baby
little
cave
baby
It is
now.
a cafe.
It's Elvin.
It's a cave that is a thicket of stalagmites and stalactites.
Ooh,
Several
mites
weapons
and
and broken
tights.
pieces of armor lie scattered among the spires in the room's center.
Does it look like it has an exit, Scott?
It looks as though there is a corridor heading to the north and to the northwest.
Oh.
Broken pieces of armor alone, or broken pieces of armor intermingled with shattered bones and bits of flesh?
Didn't we fight a horrible thing that
rocks.
lived on the tops of caves a long time back?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes,
Like a
you see
roper
no
or a-
flesh.
I just want to make sure that's Dark Sun knowledge and not something else knowledge. Yeah, I'm just thinking like,
Wasn't that just a roper?
yeah. Well, maybe this is. I'm just thinking if there's stuff scattered
Sorry.
around here.
Dark Sun Roper.
Oh yeah, now I'm suddenly remembering all the jokes.
Yeah,
Jokes.
that's right.
Yep. Never mind. Let's not talk about that.
Can
Let's
I,
choose a different hall.
Scott, having had monsters come down on us from the ceiling, can I look up on the ceiling and see if that may be where the monsters in this particular cave are living?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Oh, can I do something to help?
Sure.
I
Point.
Looks like there's probably a lot of rocks on the ground. I pick up a rock, I cast light on it, and then I use Mage Hand to carry that, let's say 4-pound rock up to the ceiling.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Cantrip.
It is. What is light's radius again?
I don't know. It's pretty
60
good.
feet, I believe.
I create
it not 60?
bright light in 20 feet, dim light for another 20 feet, so 40 feet.
Okay.
Of
All right. So the
dim light.
tunnels that you're all mostly still in, 15 feet high. It goes out into this cave. The ceiling of this cave is 30 feet high. Of course, it varies because of the stalactites, stalagmites, whichever one's around the ceiling.
Stalactites hold tight
There you go.
to the ceiling. Stalagmites
Hold
might
tight
hold
to
tight
the bottom
ceiling,
of the
but they
cave.
don't.
It's really a bad way to remember that.
Yes, but it is now well lit, and you do not see any obvious monsters. But if you want to make a perception check to see if anything is hiding up there,
Non-obvious
Yeah, I do.
monsters. Well, Scott, I rolled an 18.
you see nothing hiding up there either.
No
Hot five.
non-obvious monsters.
Correct.
Interesting.
Omlöl, you first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You walk in.
I'll be right behind him.
I'll
Ish.
be
Like 10 feet behind him.
whoever- I'll be behind who's ever behind Carlos.
Oh no.
Yeah,
All
fourth
right, I'll get to the
position.
middle of the room and take a look around. And I have rolled the hottest of 9s on perception.
maybe poke at some of that.
You do not see anything.
Maybe poke at some of that old armor in case any of it's useful or had signs of what happened to it. This could just be a trash heap too.
Yeah, I assume lots of people have been through here, and maybe it hasn't gone well for them.
Lots of people went through here and they're like, "Oh, this seems like a nice, safe place to take my armor off before proceeding to the next room."
Maybe rocks fell on
Warm?
them. Who knows?
Maybe it's
Maybe
really
this was a
warm.
changing room for the cultists.
Oh yeah,
I attack Omlöl! Omlöl!
Your full attack.
What happened?
23 to hit.
he got possessed.
All
or
three of
something.
them.
Oh man!
Sure.
You were
Then-
right behind me with a sword in my back. Is that what was
That's
happening?
what it was.
Not gonna
We
lie.
can just leave now. I
24,
guess.
love it.
4, and 26.
So run those by me again.
24, 4, and 26.
All right. So 2 of those hit.
That's 17 damage. Yeah,
Total.
total.
I'm the upset. Carlos, we thought we were friends.
All right, let's
boy.
roll initiative.
Okay.
Ah!
All right. Almost gonna beat the crap out of Carlos. It's a long time coming.
No.
Development.
How do I make this stop?
Let me add you all to the
Yeah, that
turn
was
order.
a terrible initiative, even with advantage.
Well, you were very surprised.
Yeah, it's true. Although I can't be surprised.
I think there may be repeated people in the turn, or
Oh, yes.
So those of us who
Everybody's in
were
the turn
around
order.
the corner, did we just hear Omlöl yell something along the lines of, "Why you attack me, Carlos?" Or are we completely
basically.
Carlos, you
oblivious?
hurt my feelings and also my body.
Once we get initiatives, I'll tell you what has happened. So are people's initiatives here? So Shara,
Yes.
do you have a 10?
Yep.
Kachka 21, Omlöl 10, Carlos 19, Zotasha 10, Regdar 18. Is that right?
So many tens.
Okay. Yep. All right. So
this is the inevitable heel turn for Jason.
Ooh, we go in reverse. Oh, okay.
no, we're not. I just clicked the wrong thing. So Kachka, you don't really know what's going on. You heard you are familiar with the sounds of combat. So you heard that, and you heard Omlöl say, "What?" Apparently he's Kermit or Yoda. I'm not sure which of that is, but
Okay.
Something Frank Oz. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that we would all have been sort of wandering into the room, and I'm not just going to stand here behind these other 3 people that are in the hallway. So
You can
people
move
said
through
they were
us
going
for
in
sure.
the room, and this is what happened.
yes,
So that's
I heard
you are where you were.
I heard the noise anyway, so I come around the corner, and am I able to understand what's going on here enough to take some sort of action?
Sure.
Or?
So you see a cave with some stalactites and stalagmites. It's brightly lit. Very a rock that is hovering near the ceiling, and you see in it Omlöl having been stabbed in the back twice by Carlos, and nothing else is in the room.
All right. This is an act of sheer lunacy, but I'm going to try and hop on Carlos and grapple him so he cannot continue.
Good call.
What do I roll for that? Is
Okay.
it strength?
It is a contested strength.
Okay. I contest thee. Oh, with a 6.
Uh-oh.
Something
I
tells me
refute
that
with an
Carlos
8.
Wow.
is closer than I thought it might be.
Limp-wristed
But
Hey,
attempts to grab you.
everybody, just let me go and levitate Carlos. I'm serious. Let me levitate Carlos.
Hey, on your
not a
turn.
bad idea.
Shara really
Feel
wants
free.
to levitate a big rock.
I mean, that is
He's
Carlos.
very
right?
much like a big rock.
No bigger rock than Carlos.
All right, it is Carlos's turn. Carlos, unless Ketchka, is there anything else
Oh,
you want
good.
to
It's Carlos's turn right now. I'm sure he won't be looking to dish out any retribution.
do? Carlos, you attack Ketchka.
Well, I'm going to attack Ketchka.
All right.
That's how it has to be. 17.
I'm going to hit you with some cutting words.
Yeah, let's waste
Oh,
all
let's
our
hear 'em.
resources and spell
Let's hear 'em.
slots on our own party.
I always knew if it came to this that you would suck at it.
Wow.
Hurts.
Fair.
Gotcha. 2 cutting. Take it down.
God damn it. I've rolled it 3 times off the table now. All right, here we
Not
go.
impaling words.
Okay, that was terrible. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I'm supposed to roll. I'm supposed to roll a bardic
Oh, no wonder it was
inspiration die,
terrible.
which is D8. So, and it's a 1. So that drops it to a, what did you say it was, a 17?
Yeah, I think
A
that's right.
16, which still hits.
Okay, well then that's 11 damage.
Okay,
Next attack is a 3, so that's not going to do it.
cool.
And the third attack is a 15.
Which is my armor class.
Oh,
So that hits.
this is when you should have done your cutting words.
Yes, I know, Jason.
But it's only 6 damage that
All
time.
right, we're cool. I know you got a thing going on, so.
Does he? Regdar. So you've seen Carlos. Actually, you've seen them. You've seen Carlos attack both Omlöl and Ketchka. And you are holding a rock aloft with the power of your arcane might.
Yeah. A glowing rock.
Yes.
I am going to cast suggestion on Carlos.
Okay.
And I guess I would like Carlos to surrender. The way suggestion works, it's casting time 1 action. Components, a snake's tongue, and either a bit of honeycomb or a drop of sweet oil. You know what? For Carlos, you get some sweet oil. And
Is it
It's
chili
my,
oil,
it's
like
my nickname.
sweet and spicy?
Aw.
yeah, little sweet
Hard to
oil. And I think, let's see here. Cast. So I guess that just happens. I think you need to make a wisdom check, Carlos. DC 18.
Oh boy, Carlos and
Hey.
wisdom. Know
Yeah.
your
And-
target.
And my suggestion is that he surrender.
11.
That is, not do it. On a failed save, it pursues the course, it being the target, that being Carlos, pursues the course of action I described to the best of its, Carlos's ability. Yeah. For example, I always love when they give examples. For example, you might suggest a knight has to give its horse to the first beggar they meet.
I do that all the time.
The
So
duration, concentration, up to 8 hours.
So you, Regdar, you notice kind of like a Carlos's body shiver for a moment, as if he's trying to comply with 2 differing sets of
yeah.
instructions.
As if perhaps someone else has used something similar to control him.
Yes, and
I
we
think
will
he's
see what
enthralled,
happens
says
on
Regdar.
his next turn. Is there
Okay.
anything else you would like to do, Regdar?
No, I'm good.
You're going to be
I'll make sure I'm
surprised. Carlos fails lots of wisdom saving throws.
I'll make sure I'm not bunched up with Shara and Zotasha, but I'm not getting close to Carlos. I find a convenient stalagmite to cower behind.
I think Shara would probably go before me just because I'm sure your dexterity is way better than mine. So
16.
if Project Levitate is on, because my dexterity is 8.
Oh, mine's 14, so it's Shara, me, Zotasha.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm levitating Carlos. I'm just getting him away from everybody. Straight up, I guess, the full 15 feet
Does he need to
to the
be?
ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that have any effects on him if he's like not a willing target, or is it just
And no.
Cool.
An unwilling
Love it.
target.
It's just-
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, Omlöl. Oh, not Omlöl. Carlos.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's 15.
What me do? Me innocent. Me was attacked.
Sorry.
8.
I don't know why I'm getting. All right, so you start to levitate.
Great.
Is there anything else you would like to do? Shara?
That is pretty great, actually.
I'm just going to move a little bit into the cave so we're not quite as bunched, but that's it.
All right. Give me, Shara, give me a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. 18.
Okay. You take, let's see, how much? 15 points of psychic damage. And give me a concentration check.
Concentration. What would that be?
Constitution.
Constitution. I
Constitution
have
saving
advantage
throw.
on Constitution because I have a soul trinket.
Nice. And you only need to beat like a 10, I think.
14.
Yes. All right. So your concentration remains uninterrupted as you notice kind of moving. So everyone sees this. You thought there was a rock amongst the stalagmites, whichever one's on the floor. And,
Stalagmites, yeah.
and
Stalagmite
it
floors.
starts to
Yeah, stalagmite floors.
Oh!
this
hi.
kind of head with antennas and legs come out of this rock, and it reveals itself to be a gage, which is a kind of a cross between a rock and an insect.
Hey, I think that's an actual dark sun
Looks
monster.
like a shrimp.
It is an actual dark sun
What's it doing down here?
horror.
In Dark Side.
And you can roll for if you know what these things are.
Well, Regdar does. Well, Tony
I
does.
don't know.
When it is your turn.
Yeah.
I would hope I would, but I don't know.
But I will now. All right. Well, Umlaw.
What do I have to roll to figure out what the thing is? Nature or something?
You can do nature. You can do arcana.
Yeah, I'm not doing Arcana. That would be silly.
He's good at nature now. I hear. Omlöl.
Rolled a 1, so never mind. That's a 5.
That's fine, because if you'd rolled higher, you probably would
it
have a pile
seems
of rocks
angry.
on you again.
Me commune
And I
with
think
nature. Ooh, bug.
I think I'm gonna get angry and attack this thing.
Story checks out.
Yep. All right. Let us rage it up.
Rage it up.
2 rages deep already. And,
Rage it up.
great
Yeah,
sword
yeah,
attack.
yeah. Rage it up.
26 to hit this thing.
26 will hit.
Fantastic. That will be 6 plus. That's 14 plus. What is my bonus? Plus 3, 17 damage on the first attack. Second attack incoming. That is a 29. I don't
That
have
will also hit.
It's made a crit, unfortunately. Let's roll again. Second one does 20 damage. Why are you levitating, my friend Carl?
Yep, there you go. It hits. It's still
sweet.
alive, though.
Okay, so I did 37 damage on the turn, and it's still alive. And I think that's all she wrote for me.
All right. Zotasha. So you've
All
seen
right.
this thing that you think was a rock reveal itself to be not a rock.
It's a rock lobster.
That's no rock.
It's a rock monster, Steve.
All right, I want to see if I know anything about this. I will do, let's see, Arcana and Nature are the same. So, whichever. That's not great. That's an 8. Do I have any idea what this thing is?
You've heard of them, and as with everything in Athos, parents scare their children by saying if they're not good, their brains will be devoured by these gaz.
Okay.
Gosh, I think they are.
Is there any story
That's
in
about
Athos about like if you're good, this will happen, or are they just like
No.
that's a non-starter?
No, nothing good happens. in
Yeah,
that.
it's nothing good.
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
If you're good, a halfling will eat your brain before it eats your feet.
Is it like big and bulky and slow? Is it like really?
You haven't seen it move,
Okay.
so you don't know. It is big.
All right. I'm just trying to decide what kind of a saving throw I want it to do. Normally, I feel pretty good about intelligence saving throws, but it took over somebody's mind, so I'm wondering if maybe... Actually, you know what? It's an intelligence saving throw either way. So I'm going to try... I don't feel like moving it is going to be helpful, so I'm just going to try to mind thrust at it.
It basically did that to us, so, seems fair.
So it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
And the difficulty is 16.
It made it with a 17.
Darn. Okay. Well, then nothing happens. So let's see. What do I have for a bonus action? I don't think I can do a lot. I could make myself invisible, but I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, I guess that is it. I don't have any useful bonus actions. Well, you know what? I can try to telekinetically shove it.
Take that.
Yep. I'm going to come around the corner a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And just shove it just because I'm mad. I'm trying to shove it. Yep. So it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Testing out saving throws.
I got an 18.
Okay, well, difficulty is still 16, so it doesn't move. But everybody's like, it looks like Zotasha just tried to do something, but nothing happened. When in fact, she tried to do 2 things and nothing happened. That's it.
And she's frowning.
Yes. I have my angry face on.
All right, Kachka. You're next to a seemingly befuddled Carlos with murder on his brain.
Floating.
Okay. And my options
floating, that's right.
for understanding a few things about this creature are Arcana or Nature?
Correct.
Okay, we'll go with Arcana. That is a 20 plus 5, 25.
That's 25. So you know much about these things.
Tell me what I know.
I will tell you. It is
you should tell me.
A psychic horror. It is, you can see it's covered with scaly rust-colored shell that looks like a rock. It is, you know that they are generally solitary hunters and they prey on other intelligent life forms. They can detect intelligence and attack. They usually live kind of in, underground or in caves and kind of wait for someone to come along. They're usually found alone, but sometimes there are mated pairs. They are. They also have this thing.
Oh boy!
Where
They have this thing.
I'm not old enough for this talk.
They steal people's intelligence, basically. So you don't know quite how they do it, but that's one of the features.
So what you're telling me is it's the classic. You know what this is? It's a brain sucker. You know what it's doing?
It is
Starving.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out it picked Carlos, which maybe was a bad decision. I don't know.
Well, you also Kachka would also know that it has psychic powers and it can take over people, perhaps dominate them, and that bend their will to its will and control their bodies as a puppet.
Got it. And would I know anything about any obvious weak points or things that people have tried to defeat these in the past?
Well, you would know that they are resistant to a whole bunch of non-magical attacks. They can't be charmed, and that's about it.
Okay. And would I assume that its psychic powers of control would be charm-based?
Yes. You would know that, in game terms, Kachka wouldn't think this, but you would know that it can cast certain spells, and one of them is Dominate Person.
Okay. One last question. Does Carlos seem like he's back to normal now? Is there any way to tell?
He seems like he is very much not back to normal because he's floating 15 feet above the air and above the ground, and he does not normally do that.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. I'm tempted to just counter charm, which protects us against charm and fear. saving throws or gives us advantage on those till the end of the next turn.
If you wanted to do, I will allow you to do another Arcana check if you want to see if you can remind yourself what Dominate Person does.
Yeah, let's try that. That one is a 14.
Dominate Person's a pretty common spell. It's 5th level. The thing that you would know is that, you get one saving throw when it is cast, and it lasts for generally a minute. But if the target is injured, takes damage, they can re-roll their saving throw.
I see. Okay. So
we need
Carlos
to
has
hurt
taken
him.
no
So
damage.
if I punch Carlos right in the face right now, that might be a boon to him.
Well, you'd have to punch him in the ankle or something. You're not that tall.
I can jump to a very high
Oh, that's right.
standing
Yeah,
leap.
that's true. That's true.
All right.
Bugs.
In that case, it seems like future attempts to prevent charm are probably fruitless because he probably doesn't have too many of these spells available. So I'm just going to try and give. First of all, I'm going to tell everybody that what I can in the short time I have, and then I'm going to just try to punch him.
You can probably tell everybody one thing that you learned, so decide what you tell everyone.
If we hurt Carlos, he might get it. He might get smacked out of it.
Smacked out of it.
And since he's going next, that seems like a reasonable thing to try. All right, so I'm just going to try and give him a good slug with my claws. And that is a 19.
That will hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's going to do a little bit of damage, but hopefully not enough to harm you badly. Cool, I rolled a 3, so that's 6 damage.
Okay. Got it.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw, Carlos.
I'm great at these. It's a 1.
All right.
Oh, no. It's a 7.
Ooh.
Much better.
Also
right.
terrible. This is my pride.
Carlos, it is your turn.
Why am I
You
still
drop
standing here?
whatever melee weapons you're holding, and whatever ranged weapon you have, you take out.
Okay. I dropped them, so now they're out of my reach on the floor.
Yep.
That is correct.
All right, my Dejada is my little catapult. The thing is out.
And you shoot.
He's within 5 feet of me, so he does it at disadvantage. Unless that's not a thing in 5e.
Oh, it is.
Pick a target that isn't the monster and attack it.
Well, Kachka just hit me, so I'm just going to attack Kachka. Do I get disadvantage on the ranged attack being close?
Yes.
Can I take it this suggestion has either been forgotten about or just didn't work?
No, I think it worked because he dropped all of his stuff.
No, he just switched to his ranged weapons because now he's floating above the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yes.
And I
That
failed
did
my
not
saving
work.
throw.
My suggestion was insufficient compared to the influence of the gods.
Gotcha.
I think is how I'm interpreting it.
Disadvantage is still a 19 to hit Kachka.
Okay, that's a hit.
Well-
I will try. Well, no, the 19's not worth it. I'm probably not going to make that roll.
10 damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. Regdar.
All right. Well, I don't like the direction this is going. Regdar can see the horrible gauge in among the stalagmites.
Yes, everyone can see it now.
Everyone can see it now. Well, Regdar is going to cast Fireball on that thing. I'm just considering what level, and you know what? Level 4 is what I'm going to do. So it needs to make a DC 18 Dexterity saving throw, which I'm kind of feeling it's probably not great at because it's like a giant bug that lives among rocks.
Well, let's see. I got a 7.
That is not sufficient. It is going to be lightly cooked with 96 damage.
96.
That's a lot.
96. That is, 39 damage.
That's less than 96.
All right.
Fire damage if it matters.
All right.
Scott, I'm sorry, did you say it's
it-
immune to charm? Or
I
just
did.
resistant? Oh, immune. Okay. Lovely.
Carlos, you feel that you are no longer dominated.
Hey.
Yay.
It is still
But
up,
still
though.
floating.
Oh, we could have just hurt it. Oh well. Sorry, Carlos.
You didn't. You thought if we killed it, that Carlos would just be a zombie forever?
No, I just felt like I owed it to him because he hit me.
Oh well. This is why Regdar is the leader of the group.
But it is scorched. It doesn't look like it's very happy at the moment.
Would you say it is bloodied?
And it's more than bloodied.
Oh.
It is one of its antennas on fire.
Oh no!
Ooh, antenna's on fire.
I mean, do I feel bad about this? Oh no, no! It's a psionic horror. Never mind. I'm back in it. All right, I'm done.
All right, Shara. You can't do anything except what can you do? So when you took that psychic damage previously, at the start of this turn, you are just filled with self-doubt, and you're like, oh, I am useless. I can't do. There's nothing I can do here. So all you can do is either dodge, disengage, or hide.
What about keeping Carlos aloft?
I was just going to ask.
Well, that's concentration.
You said she passed her
we will say that
concentration
ends.
check.
That ends?
Yep.
Okay,
Carlos,
so
you fall
Carlos
to the
just
floor.
drops to the ground. Okay,
Hey,
awesome.
15 feet
How far
down.
up? How far up was he? Yeah, okay.
15 feet.
15 feet, yeah.
That's not that much.
Um,
There's still
Take 6 points of damage, Carlos, as you fall to the floor.
Oof. Yikes.
Now we're even,
All right.
I say.
well, I think I'm just going to try to hide behind this, like, whatever this boulder or pillar thing is that I'm next to.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I'm really good at that. 18.
All right.
I like that we're all like, where's Shara go? It's just like a Shara
Omlöl.
shaped silhouette in the dust.
This thing is next to you. It is kind of smoldering.
Yeah,
and
not for long.
its antenna reach out and kind of caress your face.
Ew.
No.
No
touching.
attempt to. With a 25. Which I think probably
is it
hits you.
versus AC, I assume. Yes, that hits.
All right. So what happens is you don't take that much damage.
All right, great. Next person.
You take 8 points of psychic damage.
I think that is unfortunately also the one thing I don't resist.
And your intelligence score is reduced by 4.
Well, who'll notice that?
Now he's down to 0. Oh no.
6 actually.
And then it's going to try to bite you.
Okay, so that was 8 damage of psychic. Is my intelligence permanently reduced by 4?
We'll find out. 20?
20 versus 20
AC.
hit. Yeah, that hits.
All right. And it bites you with its mandibles for 17 points of damage.
That is non-psychic.
That is slashing damage.
Okay, so that's...
And it is grappling you. So you're in its jaw. Or
Do I not get a attempt to resist or to contest a grapple, or that's just a...
It is. When it hits, it grapples you. You will be able to escape or attempt to escape on your turn.
Awesome. Speaking of which, is it my turn now?
Speaking of which, it's your turn.
Do I need to escape the grapple in order to attack? I don't remember how grapples work.
I feel like
No, you can attack
grappled.
from being grappled.
Speed is 0.
Normally.
That's it.
I think
Okay,
you
you
just
can't go
can't go
anywhere.
away.
I'm just where I want to be. Fine. I'm gonna hit
And it
this
is kind of drawing you near its antenna.
Good.
Ugh.
Excellent. I want to be closer. All right. First attack. Critical.
Yeah.
Welcome
As long
to
as it's not a
new
critical
feature
fail.
we have called Brutal Critical. Which I
Brutal.
have not used yet. I got this level.
What is it?
Ninth
Does that
level,
you
or
reroll
not
ones or
level.
something on damage?
I can roll 1 additional weapon die when determining extra damage for a critical hit with a melee attack.
More dice. Even
should
more
do that.
dice.
So that will
Yeah.
be 1 additional weapon die. So I'm rolling 2d6 normally. So that's
3d6.
right, but it's still
But it's a crit.
doubled,
5.
right?
But it's
Yes.
a crit, so it's 5.
So 5d6
5d6.
5d6.
plus 10.
Nice.
That's not bad. That's 27 damage.
And remind me what weapon you use.
It's a greatsword.
It's
All
okay.
right, so you.
That's pretty great, actually.
It is pretty great. You chop its head off, and its body it drops you onto the ground, and its body remains motionless. It once again appears as though it's a large boulder, only
Without a
with
head.
legs, and it's bleeding.
I would like
I think
to
that
point
went
out
great.
to everybody that there may be another one around here because they do mate and hang out in pairs. So we want to probably make a quick check
I'm
for
going to
any
make
other
a quick
rocks.
yeah. I've still got
might have been
a move
napping.
and an action left, so let me make a perception check. Scott,
We should
since
stab
I
a
now
couple rocks just in case.
since I now know what these things look like, does that give me any sort of bonus to trying sussing out another one?
Sure, it would negate its advantage. It's stealth.
Okay. I'm going to roll a perception. 7.
You are certain there is nothing else
I
here.
just went from rolling a crit to rolling a 1, so
Oh,
conservation of
Swings and
greatness
roundabouts.
is preserved.
did its effects on me end?
Yes. So you
Okay.
you snapped out of it. Actually, at the end of your turn, you snapped out of it as well.
Okay.
And I will imagine everyone will kind of look around and kind of touch every rock and stab some things because this is
every
a
rock,
pretty
climb
horrific
every
thing.
mountain.
And you find out that in fact it was a solitary monster
Aw.
living in this cave.
Now I feel bad.
And you
So
have
sad.
I
killed
don't.
it.
I
I don't.
I stab
Now
it
it's in-
again.
now
Actually,
it's
I
in
haven't
2
stabbed it
parts.
yet. I stab it for the first time.
Hello?
And now you are standing in this cave.
I didn't feel bad because of that. I ate something weird earlier.
Oh, okay.
And what lies before you is more adventure to the north and to the west. Which way will our party go in next time? Total Party Kill to find out.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members